Hello, my loves, and welcome to Lotus Spirit Tarot. My name is Shannon Colleen, and this is going to be your daily message. As most of you know, my current subscribers, and thank you for being a subscriber. Some of you who are new, thank you for joining. These are actually timeless. So it's whenever you come across this is the day you are supposed to hear it. So before we get started, I am open for personal readings. Everything you need to know is in the link in the description box. Hit that little more button. Whew. And if you haven't joined our Soul Family, our YouTube membership, I highly suggest you do. We have exclusive content over there. It's $4.99 a month. So, I got the chills. Let's get into this here. Divine Source Creator, what is the overall energy? Thank you. Oh my gosh. Guys, we have potential here. I think it is time, and it doesn't matter if you're male or female, okay? I think it is time in your life for you to really believe in yourself. I think that you've healed from a lot, and the reason that I say that is we are told so many things throughout our lives, and they're not always encouraging, right? We're told that we don't have potential from the most people in our lives. It's very few people in our lives that actually get us to believe that. Now, is that their jobs? Not necessarily. It's your job to believe in your own potential. But I think you're opening up to your ability to create, your ability to be the best at something. Okay? They're having me share a story, which I really love. Happened years ago, probably about a decade ago. I was in a restaurant bar here in New Orleans. They had a Sunday jazz, what they call it, brunch. And the band that was playing, the woman that was playing this, I believe it was the saxophone, was incredible. She was absolutely incredible, right? She was 70, okay? And after her set, I went up to her just to tell her just how amazing I thought she was. And she told me the story that she never played an instrument in her life, but she was drawn at 60 to start because she loved it. But she was told her whole life she didn't have any musical talent. And she finally awoken to, yes, actually I do. Yes, I can learn anything. Learning is not hard. I can do what brings me enjoyment. And then she became one of the most, sought after saxophonists in New Orleans, playing with a lot of different bands, her own band being requested. So it's time for you to step into your potential, right? The thing is we all have potential, but if you don't take action on it, if you don't maybe even have a little chip on your shoulder towards the, people in your life that said, no, you can't. And you're like, yes, I can. Then you're never going to fulfill that potential. And then you're hiding your gifts and the joy that you could bring to this world. And not only to this world, but to yourself. So really, I feel like a lot of you need to take that leap of faith. I wouldn't be surprised if the Fool came out to try something new. Take something out of your life that isn't giving you fulfillment or joy and replace it with something new. Something you've always wanted to do, especially the things you've wanted to do where people have said, oh, that's not possible, or you're really not talented in that, or whatever the negativity was. And go for it. Right? And go for it. Because it's like, my father said this to me. I was asking him for advice on a job opportunity once, and it was in the money finance career. And I was like, Dad, I don't really know anything about this. And he's like, well, what's the worst that can happen? You learn about money. So what's the worst that can happen? You learn. You learn something new. So I really feel like it's time for you to, and when we do things that bring us joy like that, it just creates more joy in our lives. It creates more opportunities in different areas of our lives. So I really feel like it's time to go for something. Try something new. Let's see what we have here. Show me clearly. What is the message here? Show me clearly. What is the message, please? Angels, guides, ancestors. Show me clearly. Thank you. So our first card out here is the Three of Pentacles. I love that because that's about getting together with someone, getting a mentor. So if you're going to try something new, it could be a course in something. If you wanted to learn music, right, you would take music courses. But there are people that will support you and teach you and mentor you to help you become the best. So again, getting the right people around you to bring this potential out. Because I love that. I have said that over and over again. I used to think learning things were hard. I didn't do bad in school. I didn't do great in school. But when I came up to a subject that I thought was hard, yeah, it made it hard. But if you realize that learning is actually easy, you can learn anything. Especially in today's world where we have the internet and all of that, right? We're not limited the way we used to be. Get inspired. Because whatever this is, I'm just going to say, it fills a hole in you. And I don't mean that in like, you're going to be sad your whole life, but this is something that is a part of what you should be doing. All right. So we have here, I love it, the four of Wands, right? I love this. Celebration. Inspiration. You notice she's by herself. This isn't your typical Four of Wands where, it's marriage and this, that, the other. This is, I'm creating my own happiness. I'm creating my own joy. I am going to be inspired. I'm going to celebrate this really cool new thing that I want to do. This is not listening to everybody else. Okay? This is listening to your heart. This is listening to your soul. This is bringing joy in. This is all about joy. This isn't like, I'm going to tell you guys right now, this isn't necessarily potential for love or potential for money. It can be. I mean, it can go that direction. But this is something you do just because you want to do it. It will lead other opportunities into your life. It will bring other opportunities in your life. But this is just like the joy of doing something new. And I really feel like you got to get out of your way here. With this Nine of Swords, this is like you saying, no, I can't. But that's not you. That's what you were told. That's programming right there. Because the more repetitive we hear something, the more we start to believe it, whether it's good or bad. That's why affirmations are so good. The more we do affirmations, the more we hear them, the more we fall asleep to them, then we start believing it like in a big way, right? But it can be the opposite. If your whole life your family told you had no musical talent and you wanted to be that saxophonist, right? You're going to believe it and you're never going to go for it. So I feel like you need to recognize that and go, that is exactly right, Shannon. That is exactly right. I was told that my whole life from my teachers, family, society, this and that. Now I see it. Now I can walk away from it. I can walk away from that. That's not my belief. That's somebody else's belief. Show me clearly. Ooh. I knew it. I should have called it. I was like, I knew the Ten of Swords was going to come out. I knew it because here you recognize it. Here you end it. Right? You recognize it here with the Nine of Swords. You end it with the Ten of Swords. That is not my belief. So you go and you do this new thing. And you're doing it just for the joy of doing it. And you will be surprised at the outcomes and the new opportunities that come in. Just because you've decided. In my mind, I've decided. I love it. Show me clearly. What is the message? If we see the Fool, I'm going to fall out of my chair. No, I won't. Show me clearly. That's way too many. Can I just have one or two, please? Whoa. All right. Yeah, look at this. I love this. This is the Hierophant, right? The Hierophant is a card of where we learn, but it's also a card of where we break tradition or we follow tradition. And I'm not saying that in a way of religion, this or that, but are you following what other people are saying, or are you ending it and breaking it? You're breaking it, because fives are change, right? I'm going to break this cycle here. I am going to go do what I want just for the joy of it. Look at, she's just out in the woods talking with her squirrels and her animal friends, a butterfly, the wisdom that she gains, finding a mentor. This is about finding a mentor, right? Someone who can teach you how to play that saxophone. And this is your willingness. Pure joy. Absolutely beautiful. Show me clearly, please. What is the message, please? That's too many. Yeah, get excited about it. Get inspired by it. Because the cards just start going crazy, which would be telling me that it's, look at this, like they're just falling out everywhere. It's telling me like, I'm so excited about this. Get fired up. Show me clearly. Thank you. I love that we have this Two of Pentacles here, because twos are about making a decision. And I really feel like you take something in your life, again, a responsibility, quote unquote, or something that you felt you had to do, whatnot, and you're like, I'm dropping that. I'm doing something new. And I'm doing something I enjoy and love. Knight of Cups. Right? I'm going to do something. This is love, but it doesn't, this isn't romantic. I'm sorry, guys. It just isn't. This is really about the love of doing something, right? The excitement, the love, the passion. And you're making room for it by saying, I don't want to do this other thing anymore. Whatever that other thing is. It could be as simple as, carving time out, instead of, if you need to do an hour a day to go to this mentor, then you take an hour of your day where you're not watching social media. Right? It could be that simple as far as dropping something to allow something else that you want to do. Right? And I'm telling you, there's so much joy with this, the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. So much joy, so much excitement. And what did I say about, and it brings other opportunities to you. Okay, so what is it? And if you don't know what that is, what that hobby is, what that thing is that you want to do, it will show up. I promise you, very quickly. Very quickly after you see this reading, it will show up. And you'll be like, oh my gosh, I really want to do that. Try that. Experience that. Right? I must. I should. I have to. I want to. I love it. Let's see what else we have. Show me clearly, please. I mean, this brings you pure joy. Show me clearly. Or it could be something like this. So, this goes back a while. Something else may not bring you joy anymore that used to, and that's okay. And you let that go to do something else. For example, I used to, a long time ago, I used to love playing pool, and I was on pool leagues. And it's kind of funny because a friend of mine asked me a couple months ago if I would consider joining a pool league again. And I was like, no, it doesn't bring me joy anymore. You know, so there may be something that is exiting your life that you thought would bring you, or it did at one point bring you joy. And now you're like, no, it doesn't. And it's okay, because you're making space for something that does. You have the Strength card here. You are being guided by the cosmos. Stay strong. A positive outcome is assured. That just says stand your ground, right? Like if you want to do something and somebody's like, oh, that's silly. If you have a friend or a spouse or a coworker that says, why would you want to do that? Stand your ground, meaning, or don't even tell people, like, what is it their business, right? What is their business what you're doing in your free time? But that could be like a relationship in your life too, where they're like, I can't believe that you're going to do a pottery class, you know? Go do something that brings you joy. And I promise you, it's going to bring in other things that bring you joy. Pure joy. So with that being said, all of my love, light, and blessings to you until next time.